Alrighty, guys. Looks like we're getting this match started here. You have Steve Flemming versus Tom Zippler.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us here at the Maryland State 10 Ball Championship. We're here at Bank Shots in Laurel, Maryland. Coverage is brought to you by the Billiard Sports Network. I'm Jake Lawson, along here with my partner Josh Setterfield.
I've been toying with the idea of just going with Joshua while we're on stream, because it's a whole lot easier to say Joshua Setterfield than Josh Setterfield. That make sense?
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys think in the chat. We can get some votes going. Get them early morning juices flowing.
Joshua.
Steve's first break of the match is actually going to be awesome. We might need to get them to move the cues off that. Every time he grabs a cue or a drink, the camera's going to wiggle. So he gets a pretty good break here. A couple balls down. 1, 2, 3 is actually laying beautiful for him. This is a great break to get ourselves started here.
Yeah, two local guys here. Both of these players are, at a few of the top players here in Maryland. Of course, Steve Flemming, sponsored by Lights Out Billiards Apparel and Brews and Cues on the Boulevard, along with Black 4 Cues. Steve's been playing for a long time, and of course Tom Zippler, another really great player here from Maryland. Just coming off several wins out in Delaware at Slate's Cafe. So this is a really good match today. We have some big name players here today. Of course, Johan Chua is here from the Philippines. And then we have young Jesus Atencio from Venezuela, 19 years old. So we'll see how they fare in this tournament today. And Steve's is going to take strike first here and go up 1-0. So alternating break format here, race to 7. So Steve gets out on his first break, so Tom's going to have a crack at it here. Breaking slightly off center, but he breaks the head ball full. 2 ball goes down. He's going to have a look at the 1. Of course, it looks like the 4 and 8 ball is a little tied up along with the 3 and the 6 ball. So depending on if any of these balls go, he's going to have to play position to get to them. It's hard to tell from this angle if the 3 goes past the 6 and the 10. So he's going to have a tough shot here to start. shot there by Tom. Cuts it all the way down the rail. So either the 3 goes past the 10, or he's eyeing up a 3-10 combo early here. So let's see what Tom Zippler elects to do. So Tom pockets a 3 in the corner past the 10. He's going to be looking to pocket the 4 in the sideball, so Steve calls for official to come over and watch the hit on the 4 since it's so close to the 8 ball.
We're looking for somebody else to come watch the shot with us. The person that came over to watch it actually has Tom in the Calcutta, so
So they got somebody else. So they're going to bring Andy Lincoln down. Of course, Andy Lincoln is has a lot of involvement in the American 14-1 tournament. Avid pool player. Been involved in pool in a long time. That was a good hit from here. And Andy Lincoln seconds it, so Tom's going to have a shot on the 5. So he can either come 2 rails back around for the 6. Or he can come 2 rails and kind of float down and play 6 past the 10. We already know the 3 went past there. He tries to come all the way around. Comes up a little bit short. You want to be on the other line of that so he could get position on the 6.
Table 1. Christopher Sutherland, table 1.
So he elects to. Now this is going to be unfortunate. Tom pockets the 10 ball, so it's going to spot here. So it's going to be right. Oh, not quite in his way. Came up short on the 6, so he tried to hit a little, like a little low inside and try to bring a cue ball. 3, possibly 4 rails back around for the 7, but he ends up clipping the 10 in traffic, so he's left with 7 ball close to the rail. 10 balls get a little bit in the way, so he goes ahead and calls the bank.
Ooh, so close.
Yeah.
At least he didn't hand it to him.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good thing about it. I mean, it could have came up a lot worse for Tom, but he actually gets a fortunate roll. But Steve's got, has a good, he doesn't have to go for this. He's got a good safety play. He can actually just come across the right side of the 7 and try to get the 7 to the side rail where the 8 is at. Like almost right at the diamond. But Steve's going to go for it instead of playing safe. And so with the spin, he'll actually come back around short. And the 7 ball's going to tie up the 8, but
Combo looks like it's on.
it looks like he left him a fairly easy combo here. And Tom will just play a little bit of a draw shot here on the 7. He doesn't want the 7 to move really at all, just go forward just a tad bit. He plays it well. So he can actually just float this over if he wants. And that's what he did. So Tom gets that game. So we're all tied up here. 1-1 at the Maryland State 10-ball championship. I'd like to say a quick thank you to our sponsors. Of course, we make the stream free for our viewers. Brian B. Quick and Randy Davis. HVAC Plumbing, Home Improvements. You can contact him below. The links are in the feed. Of course, Concept Commercial Interiors and Jeff Grainer out of PA doing commercial interiors, carpet tile, hardwood, rubber tile, and vinyl. Avid pool player and supporting the pros and the young players as well. And of course, we have Raymans Pro Shop. Raymond, of course, out of Diamond Billiards in Richmond. So if you're in there, you can stop in. It's got a shop in there. He can do work for you. So we're back here. Steve with the break. Pockets the 2 ball. And he's going to have a shot here on the 1. So already it seems like both players have gotten pretty good breaks. You can take a look at the layout here. So the 1 ball does go on the side. And then Steve is going to, you can see, is cueing inside so that he hits that bottom rail. He just clips the 10. Doesn't really hit it hard enough.
Needed just a smidge more inside on that. Or to hit the 1 a little thinner.
Yeah. He hit a little fat. And now he moves the 10, so he's going to have a little bit of work to do here. So he's calling the bank here. He's got to make sure he puts a good shot on this here. Well, he ends up missing the 3, but he didn't have a shot. He didn't have position on the 4 after that shot anyways. So now Tom's going to have to kick at the ball here. He's trying to find an angle to get to it. 3 ball rests just to the right of the pocket. So he's got to be careful of the scratch. He almost wants to kick into this and catch the rail first and come into the 3. He probably doesn't. He doesn't want to hit this with a lot of speed either. So Tom comes up with a miss. It's going to give Steve ball in hand. It's a good shot by Steve. Good position on the 4. Just got to be careful here.
Just a little rub.
Yeah, it gets a favorable bump. Oof. Definitely want to come down a little further than that, Josh.
I think he's got enough of the ball to be able to draw away from that 10 ball. That's what he's cueing.
Yeah, he can draw off of the 10.
Yeah, he just selected to play off of it. I wasn't sure if he was going to try to go to the end rail and back out and just miss the 10, but this works out great.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And look at this. So,
Might have got a little bit of a roll here.
yeah, he did. But the thing is here is that Tom can go, like where the ball is at now, in the pocket. He can go a one rail kick here if he wants, and that's if he can't see it. If he can see the right side of the 7, he'll just play a carom on the 10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Nicely done.
So unfortunate. I don't know what happened there. If Steve just, with that 10 sitting in the pocket, sometimes you try a little too hard because you know you got to get out now. So Tom,
Yeah, you start thinking about different things when you're down there stroking on the ball.
And the 7 wasn't a tough shot. I mean, I've seen Steve make that shot, 10 out of 10 times, and he just unfortunately. Unfortunately, didn't make it this time. So if you guys are just joining us now on the stream, just want to thank you. Please feel free to hit the share button. We've got John Wilkie joining us, which is Sean Wilkie's grandfather. John, how you doing? Hope you are doing well, enjoying the stream here. Tommy Tokoff. So, dry break here by Tom. Ralph, yes, Sean is playing here today. So, most likely at some point we will see Sean here on the TV table. We also have Johan Chua here from the Philippines.
I'm really excited to watch him play in person.
Yeah, it's interesting. He hasn't really ever played on bar tables before, so I think the first time he really was playing on bar table was when we just had all those guys from Roy's Basement over at Brews and Q's. So big shout out to Roy for all his support in the billiard community. Of course, all his help that he's done for me personally. So we definitely we have some mutual players that we're involved with. Thank you, George Taylor. So Steve's going to like to push, and he pushes to a jump here, but you can't jump here. So you're going to have to kick. House rule, no jumping. So Tom Zippler's going to give it back to him.
So no jumping of any kind. It's not cue related. It's just period. No jumps today.
Correct.
Or this weekend, I should say.
I pinned the brackets at top above your guys' stuff on there, and I'm going to try to get a list together. I'm going to look through and see everything's live.
times and everything. Yeah. Cool. Just want to let you know.
Thank you.
You might not like the way that turned out.
Yeah.
Breaks the balls out and gives them eyes on the one here. Guys, we appreciate all the kind words that you have going in the comment section for us. If you can, go ahead and share the live feed. Let everybody know that we are covering this event, and it will be free all weekend long. You guys can tune in on Facebook like you are now, or you can find us on Twitch or YouTube as well. If some of your friends aren't involved in social media, you can send them over to our website. Will be bsncoverage.com, and you will find links to the broadcast right in the homepage there.
And I went ahead and posted the brackets in the comments for you guys as well, so you can follow that as we go. Thank you, Charlie. Wow, what a great shot there by Tom. That shot was all spin there. Pockets the one, comes down table, has position on the two. So he'll use a little outside English here to come back for the three. And bumps the seven. So this is where he's got to be careful here, because he's got a little traffic here, so he just wants to come off the rail just a little bit to pocket the four. He makes a good shot. So he's got a little bit of angle here. If the 5 ball goes by the 7, he can hit this 4 ball and just bring it out a little past the center of the table where he can go forward. So he tries to stun it off the rail so that he could play the 5 in the corner. Comes up just a little bit short, but he still has a shot. Good shot there by Tom. So now he's in striking distance here. If he wants, he can bring the cue ball back past the side pocket for the 7. But he stays high, so now he's going to have to come 2-3 rails for the 8 ball. So just missed the 10. Great shot there by Tom. And now he'll probably come around 2 rails, possibly 3. Just play the 9 in the side pocket. We're just trying to draw all the way off the rail. Oh man, he hits it I don't even know what he's trying. I guess a 10, maybe the 9 goes by here. Yep. He saw it. He kept it short and simple. So Tom's going to go up 3-1 here on Steve Flemming. Pretty tough match here to start the day. These two players. They've played each other probably hundreds of times. Of course, a little bit about our players on the stream. Steve, his nickname is the Ice Cream Man Flemming.
James Donahue and Room
His career achievements, he's current leader on the APT Tour. He's had multiple second place finishes on that same tour. Second in the Turning Stone Second Chance Tournament, which was just a few months ago. He, of course, plays with a black board, breaks with a poison break cue. He's sponsored by Lights Out Billiards Apparel, Brews and Cues on the Boulevard, and Black Board Custom Cues.
Speaking of like lights out, I really like that that charcoal gray polo he's got there. The dark embroidery on it.
Yeah.
I like that one. I haven't seen that one yet.
Always got to be careful of scratch here.
Mm.
Oh. 10 ball is such a tough break. I mean, it's something that you really have to practice to get good at. And sometimes it gets players in trouble, of course. You see there, Steve draws up to the top rail and ends up scratching in the bottom corner pocket. So, and all the balls are open here for Tom. Just got to navigate maybe a little bit on the 5 ball. It's just by the side pocket on the rail.
Yeah, it's the only real problem to have to solve for here.
And that's what he's taking a look at now. I mean, the 1 to the 2 to the 3 is easy, so he wants to make sure that he gets good position on the 3 so that he can get to the 5, because that's going to be the key shot here.
I mean, take ball in hand and put it on the short side of the 1 and clip the 5 on the way into the pocket. You still hold the cue ball easy for the 2. You can bump that 5 out a little bit. He has another plan, though.
Yeah, I mean, he almost has to get underneath the 5 here. So that's what he needs to look at, of how he wants to play this 2 ball to give him an angle on the 3.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to, slide. Oh, he's going to come behind it.
Well, this is actually really good here because he can come 2 rails, pocket the 3 in the corner, come 2 rails, and then come under the 5.
Yeah, I like this. Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
It's got to hurry.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it was a good shot. He almost would have liked to have been straight in. But this is okay. He hit a little stun shot here. If the 5 ball goes, if doesn't look like it goes in the side here, so
Yeah, he's looking down the rail.
yeah, he'll just hit a little stunner. So he'll roll this down, just come off a tad off the rail for the 7, and that was a good shot. Now he just wants to draw back just a little bit here to play the 8 in the corner. That's good. He gets way down there. Top pick in the queue, top pick in Calcutta was Johan Chua. And then next pick after that was Jesus Atencio. I think the next highest player was Sean Wilkie. So, top 3 players.
Yeah, I heard Wilkie get up there.
Yeah, he went over.
Went over 1,000, didn't
Over 1,000, yeah.
he? Oh.
Just
He stood up on that shot.
Yeah, it was.
He had a lot of English, and he stood up on it.
I'm really shocked there that how he played the ball. Gary, thanks for joining us, Gary Serrano. Hopefully I'll see you maybe in New Jersey next week.
He stroked that ball.
Yeah, that was a great shot there by Steve. Tom gives him that, so Steve will get back within 1. Score is 3-2 in favor of Tom Zippler. Alternating break format here at the Maryland State 10-ball championship. They are using the Magic Rack. So it's race to 7 on the winner's side and race to 7 on the loser's side. I know, buddy, it's very unfortunate. Of course, anybody that's watching knows that one of the bigger tournaments of the season was just recently canceled, the Tornado Open. Within 5 days of it going, so I was headed up there as well. Lots of players came in from out of the country, so just an unfortunate thing. So I'm sure we'll hear more to come about that.
Almost scratched. Cue ball got kicked around the table there.
Yeah, and he does have a shot here. If he can see the edge of the 2-ball, the 4-ball's just dangling right in the pocket. So I don't know. It's hard to tell, but that's what he's looking at.
Yeah, no, I mean, the cue ball could easily just go 2 rails.
Yeah.
Do you want to hit this with a little bit of inside, so you hit the short rail and then stay in front of the 7 and 10, so you don't even bring that into play, or do you just want to try to go around
Yeah,
them?
I'd probably hit this with a little outside English and come 3 rails, behind, because the 2's going to hit the 4 and stop, so. But he's going to push. He's not even going to try it. So he's going to push along for Steve and force Steve here to shoot a long shot. So
Yeah, because even if this 2 goes in, it's going to be tough on the 3. I mean, there's always the 3-4 carom, but the way the 4's laying, it's kind of closer to that right side point, so it might be a little bit tougher to play that carom. You'd have to play the 3 off the 4 into the side.
yeah, it's interesting. I mean, one can't help but look at the 210 here, but you're so far away. It really increases the difficulty of the shot. So Steve can cut it in the other corner here, in your bottom right-hand corner here of the screen. And if he hits it with a tad inside high, just missed the 7, he can come back around for the 3-ball. But it doesn't have a pocket, so he's still got to manufacture a shot here. If that's what he wants to do. And the safeties from here are really hard as well. Hey, James, thanks for joining us. If you guys are watching the stream, please hit the share button so all your friends can check out all the action here on BSN at the Maryland State 10 Bowl. Yeah, so he tried to hit it with inside like I was talking about, which is a very tough shot from that far away. It gets the cue ball rolling. And then he actually probably would have been okay from here to just clip the 3 and make the 4 from where the position is at now. It's always interesting to see kind of what the players' mindset is and what they elect to do. The 3 is sitting out there. It makes it a little bit easier for the bank. I mean, the 3 is certainly bankable cross side. And Tom has unforced error there.
Just some water.
So Steve rolls a little far here. Looks like the 9-ball may have gotten in the way. He can see the edge, so he probably is going to be playing the 4 here. Yeah.
That's that point I was worried about. It was a little bit outside to that point.
Yeah, he got way too high because he, in the position where he left it the last time, he could have hit the 3 thin enough with spin that he could have caught the correct side of the 4 to pocket it, but he just got so far up table there. And now he's going to leave a shot for Zippler. But it looks like Zippler got straight here on the 4-ball, so you may see him draw back here to play the 6 in the side pocket. There's no real advantage here going forward. on this shot. Makes it a little bit more difficult. But let's see what he wants to do. He just plays a little stop shot. And he says, I'll take the cut on the 6 in the side pocket. Tom on the scratches, and he's going to give Steve ball in hand here. Just like that, we're tied up. Just unforced error there by Tom Zippler. Leaves a pretty routine 3-ball out for Steve Flemming. Both players almost halfway there.
So for everybody who is just now tuning into the match, we are bringing you coverage of the Maryland State 10-Ball Bar Table Championships here in Laurel, Maryland. This event is held at Bank Shot Bar and Grill. Venue's pretty sweet. I mean, we counted them last night. It was like 16 diamond bar tables scattered out through the whole room. It's a beautiful place so far. We have the rules for this event are alternating break. Is it call safe, call shot?
Call shot only.
And no jump cues allowed. Any kind. Full cue, short cue, anything.
Table 5. Steph Manning, Dave Nangle, table
Big break there by Steve Flemming. He pockets a ball and has a difficult look here at the 1 ball.
Do you come with this shot, or do you play a hide and seek behind the 3, 9, 10?
Man, it's so tough. I mean, this is certainly a makeable shot, but you have to make sure that you miss the side pocket if you go for it. So he likes to play safe here, which is a good shot, and especially since he just worked to get back tied up. You don't want to
risk all that. Makes sense.
So then the layout wasn't great either, even if he pockets the 1. So.
And there's that side pocket.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, rather than going for that shot, Steve just says, look, I'll play safe, and then, you hope that your player makes a mistake, and Tom ends up scratching. And even though the 1 ball drifts down here on the 3, I mean, Steve's going to have a 1-3 combo here. So good shot to keep the 1 in the same location.
That was perfect speed.
Steve would just come right off the rail, play the 2 in the corner. So he'll draw this back to play the 5 in the bottom corner here. Nice stroke there by Steve. That is a very difficult shot, actually, just to get the cue ball to roll back, just a few inches, because a lot of people overdraw that. So, nice fluid stroke by Steve. He comes up a little short here on the 7. Probably would like to be on the other side, but he's going to just hit this with a little inside English.
On those delicate draw shots like that, where you're only needing a few inches, do you prefer to hit just barely below center and put a firmer stroke on it, or do you like to hit it softer and just aim lower?
Well, I'll tell you, a little trick that a friend of mine taught me was, when I have to draw back the shot like just a few inches, like I'll stand up and I'll practice the stroke. You know, just in my hand, 1, 2, 3.
Kind of like a golf swing.
Stroke. Yeah,
you
exactly.
give yourself like that practice.
You know, and that way you get used to, you know, the speed that you have to hit it at, and then after you take that stroke, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll get down, and I'll do the same thing, 1, 2, 3. Then I'll go through and pocket the ball. So Steve got a little long there, but he makes a great shot on the 8 ball. And now he goes up after trailing this match. So Steve goes up 4-3 on Tom. A race to 7 here.
Keeping himself in the match is critical timing for him to be coming back on these racks too, because you don't want to get too deep into the set. Because, I mean, every game that passes an alternating break format, I feel like your percentages go down massively.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, even if you break and run every rack, I mean, your opponent's going to have a shot. So, you know, it's important to make sure that you know, get out on your break, but then you also steal a few from your opponent. So, but you can see the balls are breaking great today just because of that magic rack. So, all the balls are touching. Robert Blackston, you're very welcome. Thanks for tuning in. So,
look at this. Two balls down, 2 balls hanging in the pocket. A little close to the 1 ball here. With the angle that's there, do you think he plays it for the 5? I feel like you got to turn the cue ball loose a little bit here to do that.
yeah, I mean, it's just this tough where he's at. I mean, he must be better off just either trying to play the bank on the 1 and keep the cue ball right there for the 2. You know, really, if he wants to get dicey with it, he could cut the 1 ball thin to the 6. It's just hanging right there in the pocket. You know, but then you got to worry about where the 1's going to go.
Yeah.
So he's.
I kind of like the bank in the side pocket here, and if you come up short, then it bounces out. You might have the 3 as a blocker.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. So it's, you know, you're playing the odds a little bit there, but you're right. If he cuts the 1 to the 5, you know, the cue ball's going down table. So the best thing he could do would be hope to bump the 2. But he, you know, like I just said earlier, he's going to play the bank here. He calls it in the side.
Hits it.
Man, he hits a.
Oh
man, he really hit it good. It just trailed out there at the end.
That was a beautiful effort there.
You know, and that's the thing about the banks. You know, a lot of it is on speed. I mean, you can find the right angle, but, you know, the softer you hit it, the wider it goes. The harder you hit it, the narrower it goes. So,
yeah, I think that's what got him. He was kind of forced to hit it a little softer because he was close to it.
yeah.
And that changed his angle just enough.
So, Steve, it looks like the 1 is going to go by the 2.
Well, it sure does.
Yeah, good shot by Steve. He'll be shooting just over the 3 ball here.
Yeah, he had to shoot through the pocket last time. The gap of the pocket helped him out. Now he's full over this ball. Doesn't matter. Drills it.
Yeah, it comes out great on the 3, and this is really good too because, you know, he don't have to do much really here with the 3. He's cueing low, but
just watch the balls fall down.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be a lapse of focus if he doesn't get out here. There's definitely
Yeah, I mean, the 5
no
ball's
issues
right there in the pocket, so he's just got to hit this 4 and come around. That was great. You know, the thing about this shot is, like, it doesn't really necessarily matter what line you come on because the 6 dead is in the pocket. So even if you come up short or long on here, it's okay. He just draws out.
You're going to just draw off the rail just a little bit.
Like, he'll hit this right to the inside of the pocket here. See how he did? He played it to the outside pocket.
Yeah.
That way he could draw back on the 9. So good shot there by Steve. And this will just be a little stun shot here for the 9. Oh no, he just rolls it over to play it in the same pocket.
Easy enough.
Well, and that's how you can tell kind of he's getting into stroke, because a lot of times when players start getting in that stroke and start feeling comfortable, you know, rather than slow rolling or stun shotting it, they'll just play a nice fluid stroke, you know, go 1-2 rails back into position. And, you know, you can tell Steve's really feeling it. So Steve's going to lead here 5-3 after being down 3-1. Race to 7. So he'll have 2 to go. Like I said, tough match here early. You know, two very strong players here, you know, having to face off the first match of the day. Definitely gets your blood going. Robert Blackston Sunday events. I mean, we'll be back here tomorrow, bringing you day 2 action here at the Maryland State. We have to get the exact number of players, but I think we're probably close to 90-some players here today, which is pretty good considering there's some other tournaments that are going on in the area.
What other events are going on?
There's a big tournament down in South Carolina, Spartansburg, which is the Sparkle City Classic, and a lot of the big players are down there. I know Ruslan, Christina, Tatch from Russia, James
is that where
Ronis, yeah, they're all
is?
Ronis and Dennis Orpolio are down there. James Blackburn, Brandon Schuff.
Oh yeah, that's a stacked event out there.
Yeah, it's Sky is down there. So a lot of top players. I think it was like 10,000 added or something like that. So
wow. So 3-ball tucked behind this 10 a little bit.
yeah, he actually he can cut this 1 ball all the way up in the corner and just draw to the rail and come out to play the 3 in the corner.
So he's going to go in between the 4 and the 9 and then back out between the 9 and the 10?
Yeah, I mean, that's the shot if he wants to go at it.
That's going to be beautiful.
You know, he's just got to be careful because, A, you don't want to scratch, so you really got to find the angle. He wants to come in, like, just past the 7 ball, you know. Oh, so he didn't even want to do that. He was trying to... He really got fortunate not to scratch there because, I mean, he can make it from there. He could have made the 3 from there, but, man, what a... Like, I felt like if he'd have drew it, he would have had a little bit... He could have put a smoother stroke on it.
Guys, don't forget the bracket is added into the description in the for the stream. So if you click see more in the video description, we will have all of our sponsor links, and the bracket link is also in there.
We got some cases, a jump cue. I think we have a break jump cue somewhere. Or and we have 2 McDermott shafts. We have the 2 McDermott cues.
It's a pretty good shot there by Tom. He knew it was going to roll, so he bumped to 10 to slow down the cue ball.
He eliminated that corner pocket for the 7 unless he shoots the combo now.
Yeah, the only problem here is that
That's a good shot there. Don't get jacked up over the 7.
yeah, that's okay. It was a really good shot there by Tom because he got a little short there, so he had to go to the top rail.
I can see him shaking his head a little bit. He doesn't...
Yeah, because this is a shot he's got, right? He's going to have to play the 6, and then he's either going to have to get underneath the 7 or play the combo. And now that he's jacked up, man, it makes it very difficult.
Your opponent is waiting for you at table 5. Brian Bodak, please report to table 5. You are on the clock. If after 10 minutes you don't show up, you will be forfeited.
Yeah, I guess he's either taking a sharp cut or he's playing this combo. But
yeah, he calls it 10.
Yep.
It was just too much to do from where he was at with the 7 ball being there. I mean, oh, he missed it. And look at this. Oh gosh.
Look at that roll.
This is
very, very fortunate turnout there.
really frustrating, you know, for Steve Flemming or your opponent in general. You know, your guy goes for the combo, misses, and now you're hooked. And if he doesn't hit the 7, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
Tom's probably favored to run out here.
I mean, so far, just body language-wise, I feel like Steve's handling the situation fairly decent. I mean, you don't see him grunting or complaining about it. He has the shot, and he's just calculating.
Yeah, I mean, Steve can actually, if he kicks this ball and he catches the bottom side of the 7, he could actually, in turn, play a safe right back.
Top or like the left side or the right side.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as he catches an edge.
Oh, he tried to shorten it up too much. So you can see by when the cue ball came off the rail, came almost straight back, he had a lot of inside English on it.
Yeah, it bit back pretty hard. Tough situation there. Because you're just hoping to get some separation and send that ball down table. Tom's going to be given a second chance here. He's going to be able to take this rack back. That combo shot that he had, the way he bridged his hand on the table was just different than the way I've been seeing him do. He had his thumb wrapped over the top of the stick.
Yeah.
And then there was also a lot of body movement. He kind of jumped up on that shot. Sometimes you just get so anxious to see where the balls are going to go when you're shooting shots like that. It's hard to stay all the way down.
You know, sometimes too on the longer combos like that, like you don't want to leave it. So you never want to leave the 10 in the pocket. So a lot of players tend to hit the shot hard. But sometimes like the shot like that tends for a little bit more delicate touch. You know, where he should have probably played a little bit slower shot, a little bit easier. So that way he just hits the 7 into the 10 and makes it. But it's one of those things where if he misses it, he leaves it straight in the pocket for Steve.
Yeah.
So definitely tough to find that happy medium. And of course, Zippler crawls right back in this, and he'll be breaking.
Ball
Look
down
at
on the
this.
side, one
Yeah.
ball down, 2 balls sitting pretty.
I mean, this is it's pretty much what you can hope for. I mean, he pockets the 1, and he's going to have a look at the 2, and he can get to the 3.
From where I'm sitting, the 3 ball in the side pocket, if he gets lined correctly, is actually not that tough of a shot. We'll see if he elects to just shoot it past the 5. I can't tell if it goes by the 5 or not.
Whoa, 8 ball! Look at this. This changes things.
Yeah, that 8 ball came to party. He might have to shoot it in the side pocket now. I think he does.
Oh man, thanks, Troy. I didn't look at the brackets, so I didn't know who I have to play. But if I have to play Kevin West, I'm gonna have a tough one. Maybe we'll just take a vote for best hair and call it a day. I'll lose that one too, Troy. Of course, Kevin West, another great local player, has been playing pool for a long time. Another top player here. Oh, that was a good
He
shot.
executed that very well.
Yeah. And not too much really you have to do here. I mean, he's a little straight on the 5, but he's fine because he can roll a little forward, just have an angle on the 6.
I feel like that was a really delicate shot there because he had to put enough speed on it to bump the 5 and get separation, but the speed makes pocketing the ball so much harder. Turned out very well.
Now,
8 ball.
I'm a little shocked by that shot, actually. He really hit it firm, and he didn't need to because he could have played that 6 in the corner and gone you know, 1-2 rails to that top rail and played the 7 to the side, he didn't have to go all the way around because he brought the 8 ball into play himself. I don't know if we can see from the other angle what he sees on the 7. Yeah, so you can see where the 8 ball is just right in the way. I mean, he can't even see the edge of the 7 to cut it in the side. So he's going to kick at it. Bobby, the brackets are in the stream comments. I posted them a little while ago.
Also have them added at the end of the stream description. That was a great attempt there.
I mean, good safety kick there by Tom. And, of course, you guys can find the brackets on the Maryland State 10-ball page as well, or on the Hill Productions. You can follow your favorite player along there, because not everybody will be on the stream, of course. And a good kick by Steve. I mean, he's going to leave Tom a bank here for safety. But just try to chip the 7, bring the cue ball behind the 8. Didn't quite get there. So Steve actually may attack this shot. He actually might go for the bank here. If he wanted to, he could do the same thing. Try to get the 8 ball. Try to get the cue ball behind the 8 ball. Oh, look at this. Wow, it just died.
Get there.
Just died off the first rail. Yeah, so he's going to leave Tom shot on the 7. It's always very interesting to me when I watch Tom shoot, because I've played Tom a couple of times. I've played with Tom.
Watch out.
Yeah. Oof. Man, he might have just enough room to cut this in. I have to let the cue ball go a little. But you can tell, like, he's got real short, punchy strokes, when he's playing.
Wow, he got so fortunate with where those balls lined up.
Yeah, I mean, he only probably had like half an inch or eighth of an inch there. But if he had been on that ball, there's no way he would have been able to make it. So,
and if that cue ball would have stopped just a centimeter short of that shot, it's so much harder.
And
nonetheless, he gets out.
5-5 now.
This shot right here ended up being pretty big in the match. Or for that rack, I should say. He attempts to kick into the side pocket. Ends up getting safe. They have a safety battle back and forth.
Yeah, it was very fortunate. Hey, Pete, how you doing?
I'm noticing Steve turns the cue ball loose on the break. The cue ball goes up and down table. He's making 1 or 2 balls consistently, but the cue ball's also traveling just perfect straight up and down the table in most of his breaks.
It's a little bit, different, with the Magic rack. You don't have to hit him as hard. All the balls are going to be touching. But now he's got a real tough shot here because he's called the side pocket already. So unless he tries to go 2 rail it back into that side, I mean, he'd have to really take.
I'm gonna take a big stab at it.
I mean, I definitely don't think you can pinch this with a lot inside to hold it. Maybe you can, and you'd have to hit hard too.
Can the 4-ball get there? Nope.
So it's a tough shot really to do in a match, but the where he was at, he could actually hit with spin and hit it and hit the one right before the pocket and taking it back to the other side pocket.
Yeah, like on the left side.
Yeah. But
well, that was a great shot.
Like it's always funny because you see a lot of people do it in practice, but during the match, like they won't do it.
Yeah, scared to swing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed that cue ball good. He hit that ball firm and killed it right off the rail perfectly.
I'm doing great, Pete. Look forward to seeing you and James Blackburn up at the Genetti.
Peter, you coming up here today?
So look at this layout here for Tom. I mean, he's definitely favored to get out here.
There's that thumb bridge I was talking about again earlier.
Yeah. And he almost missed the 4. Yeah, see how he like has it? He does. It's off of the table.
It's weird because normally the thumb is inside, and that's what you're pinching your cue up against to stabilize it. And he's got it wrapped over the top. It's just odd. I haven't seen that. Nonetheless, he's fixing to take a 1-rack lead over Steve here.
Yeah, he's got to get the hill first.
There it is.
So a little back and forth here. Tom jumps out to an early lead, then Steve takes the lead. And now Tom's on the hill.
And breaking.
So Steve is, it's funny, Steve's looking at the rack, and I think he's looking to see if it's cocked in any way to one side or the other.
Does that just make it easier to make those?
Yeah, like it makes it easier if
those wing balls.
Well, typically this is not a wing ball because of the way it's racked, but the corner ball.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Like if you have it cocked, it definitely could go right in the corner. You know, because you just look at all the line is touching. So if you turn the rack, you know, you hit it, and it just becomes a combo. You know, like a 4-ball combo. So that's what Steve was looking at. But
let's see where this 2 or 3 goes.
Yeah, he was satisfied with the way it was racked. So he misses the corner, and he breaks dry.
You get that 3, 6, 8, and the 5 clustered up by the 10 ball. He's coming to the table. Good thing is the 2 and the 3 lay close to each other, so if he needs to nudge the 3, he can, but I don't know that he will. 3 ball might go by the 6 in the side pocket. Looks like the 1 ball's right on the point there of the corner pocket, so he's going to have to... You think it just goes 2 rails, just a cross table, in between the 4 and the 9, and then back out between the 4 and the 7?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the way to go. But he don't get there.
Ooh.
Now he's safe. Saved himself.
Very.
So, like, he didn't put as much spin on it because he didn't want to come into the 7. And then, because he doesn't put enough spin on it, he ends up clipping the backside of the 4 and leaving himself safe. So he calls a side pocket, so he's going to be kicking at this ball.
This is tough, man. That 7 ball.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is, you know, the 3, 6, and the 8 are still tied up, so you really don't. You don't want to. If he plays the 2, you don't want to break up that cluster.
Yeah, if you take a flyer at it.
Start your match. Kevin West, Jake Lawson, table 6. Kevin West, Jake Lawson, table 6. Players, please do not leave the building. Any times that you see for matches are rough estimates.
Well, they just called me, Josh, to play, so
That was a beautiful attempt there.
I'm going to go take my crack at Kevin West, and I'll be back with you guys shortly.
Good luck, brother.
Thank you.
All right, so that was almost an absolutely beautiful shot. Did a great job at controlling the 2-ball there. Almost locked that cue ball right to the back of the 4. Still a great shot nonetheless. You can see we got the edge of the 2-ball here. You could probably just feather this and let the cue ball run her up table.
Derek Hestra, Zach Patel, table 16.
A lot of blockers going on there.
Start your matches.
Charisma, yes. All these matches will definitely be archived on our YouTube channel. Any live stream that we ever do, we live stream it on multiple platforms, and then we always go back and chop up the matches and upload them to YouTube. So, no worry, guys. If you're at work, if you got things going on, tune into the parts of the matches that you can watch, and any parts that you miss, you can always go back and check them out. Gets a good hit on the 2-ball here. You got a steep angle to cut this into the corner pocket there, but if he elects to do so, he could get below the 3 here, or just run into him if he wants to. Still can't tell if the 3 goes by the 6-ball in the side pocket. I guess we're going to find out based on how he plays it. Looks like he's queuing with just a little outside. And that 2-ball thinks about falling down, but doesn't. And because we run into the 7-ball there, cue ball gets held up table for him. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the broadcast. I'm Joshua Setterfield from the Billiard Sports Network. I'm bringing you some coverage of the Maryland State 10-ball bar table championships. He's not going to like the way that turns out. I think he might have got just enough of a kiss here.
Charlie DeHaven, Encore Rastogi,
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if he did.
Encore Rastogi, table 9. Please pick up your score sheets and start your matches.
What a shot. So that 10-ball is going to get spotted. He did not call the 10. That was a great shot on the 3 there.
Never mind, your son just picked it up.
So he's going to have to get all the way down table for the 5 here. So you see him put a pretty firm stroke on that. Checks it with a little bit of inside so we can dodge all the traffic, and he executes that shot perfectly. TJ, glad you're enjoying the overhead view. Yeah, this venue that we're at, we actually have a lot more space and control over the way that we were able to set up. It's very favorable the way that we were able to set it up here in this area. That could have went disastrous. Still made it more difficult on himself than he needed to. He gets perfect on the 8. And he lays pretty decent on the 10 ball here. See if Tom can close out our first match on the TV table.
Table 12, Pacheco and Vanishek. Come and get your score sheet.
There it is, guys.